everyone, we are from Group 3 with topic Scientific Articles. There are three students in our group. The first student is me, Jenita Br Tarigan with last student number 2063. The second student is Eka Nur Afni with last number 2068. And the third student is Havenue Grace S.S with last student number 2080. The first article is the effectiveness of pictures in enhanced writing skill of senior high school students. The aim of the study was to determine how useful photographs are for senior high school students' writing classes. It utilizes the concepts of a quasi-experimental design and a quantitative methodology. The third-year senior high school students in Sidran Regency, South Sulawesi, Indonesia were the focus of the study. Cluster random sampling is the sample method employed in this study. A writing test was used as the instrument to collect information on the learner's writing proficiency using pictures. Based on the findings, the researcher came to the conclusion that the images improve the writing abilities of senior in high school. The second article is enhancing English as a foreign language learners' writing skill via journal writing. This study observed at whether journal writing exercises could help students overcome their writing obstacles. The result of the study confirmed the advantages of journal writing as a comprehensive activity to support students' writing motivation and improve their writing skill as well as to strengthen the relationship between teachers and students. Here's the summary of the first article. Writing is complex and sometimes difficult to teach because it requires mastery not only of grammatical and theoretical devices, but also of conceptual and judgment elements. Students' difficulties in writing in English as a foreign language are due to weakness in grammar, vocabulary, and developing ideas. Teaching using pictures is very suitable to be applied to the students of senior high school as a technique in writing. It is very helpful for the students to generate and organize their ideas in writing through pictures. The use of pictures that show interaction between characters and an unresolved conflict also produce better paragraphs. The researcher points out that before the treatment, most of the students had poor skills in developing ideas for writing paragraphs. There were a few difficulties that the students faced in developing and organizing the idea, such as content, which concerned the subject or theme, or the essay, coherence between one idea and another, language use, which focuses on the structures of the sentence, vocabulary, which concerns word choice and range, and mechanics, which concerns punctuation, spelling, and capitalization. Furthermore, the researcher observed during the treatments that were conducted for 4 meetings in different topics of writing that were provided with the pictures. The students could improve their ability to develop ideas in paragraph through the picture technique. The pictures that were provided as visual material were very helpful in stimulating and motivating the students to develop their ideas. However, the topic selected was challenging and interesting for the students, and they felt the topics made it easier to develop their ideas in paragraphs by using the picture technique. The procedure of the treatment plays an important role in the students' achievement in improving their writing skills. It's proven by the improvement of students' writing skills after receiving the treatment by using pictures. Technique 4 times. The material presented in pictures 4 times in 6 meetings worked as well as visual material. The writing materials in picture technique enable students to see the relationship between ideas and also to develop and relate their ideas as their minds make associations. It was different than when students tested in the practice before receiving the treatment. In the practice, it was still difficult to organize and develop their ideas because they were unstructured and unsystematic. Since the students were taught using the picture technique, their ability to write in English was rising significantly. It is proved by the students' improvement from poor to good. This can be proved by the students' mean score on the pre-test being 51.60 and the mean score on the post-test being 79.70. In conclusion, the learning writing through pictures technique is better to be applied because it can improve the students' achievement significantly more than conventional technique.
Okay, and this is synopsis of the second article. The second article explained about research in enhancing EFL learners' writing skill via journal writing, which is this article has proposed to enhance student motivation in writing and to enhance students' writing skill in terms of fluency and accuracy. This research done by an English teacher in Vietnam, which involved 85 second-year students from two writing classes, one treated as the experimental group and the other as the control group, at the Faculty of English Linguistics and Literature of the University of Social Science and Humanities in Ho Chi Minh City. The students in the experimental group were immersed in writing journal entries outside the classroom in addition to in-class writing activity and take-home written assignment, which were the mere tasks the students in the control group were required to accomplish. And the results of the study are as follows. The first is term of fluency. In this research, the researcher find a marked disparity in terms of fluency between experimental group and the control group and during post-test. In pre-test, which conducted before student 13-week practice of journal writing, the average of number of words generated by the student between the experimental group and the control group was minus 0.49 words, while in the post-test, which conducted after student 13-week practice of journal writing, the average number of words generated by the student between the experimental group and the control group was 9.58%, and the student in the experimental group improved to a higher extent than those in the control group. And the second is writing accuracy. In the pre-test, the number of mistakes made by there was a minor difference in the average number of errors, with the control group averaging 22.56 errors and the experimental group averaging 23.02 errors, suggesting similar writing accuracy levels initially. While post-test after 13-week practice of journal writing, there was a significant improvement in the experimental group. And the third is writing scores. In this research, there is increased score between experimental group and control group. There was an increased score in experimental group increased by 1.49 point or 24.67%, whereas in the control group increased merely by 0.46 points or 7.32%. And the fourth is student motivation. Writing via journal enhance student proof enhance student motivation. For example, initially there was a lot of uncertainty among students regarding writing, but after being consistent, their enthusiasm gradually increased. In conclusion, the research findings suggest that incorporating journal writing into EFL instruction can effectively enhance student writing fluency, accuracy, and overall scores. Additionally, it positively influences student motivation over time.
Next, I will explain the logical correlation between the first article entitled The Effectiveness of Pictures in Enhancing Writing Skills of Senior High School Students and the second article entitled Enhancing EFL Learners' Writing Skills via Journal Writing. The effectiveness of pictures in enhancing writing skills of senior high school students and enhancing EFL learners' writing skills via journal writing illustrate two different but complementary approaches in improving students' writing skills. Firstly, the effectiveness of using images in learning has been proven that provide visual support that enriches the learning experience of high school students. Studies show that the use of images can improve understanding of concept and motivate students to be more involved in the learning process. The use of images can also facilitate the development of writing skills in these students by stimulating creativity, generating imagination, and providing visualization of the ideas they want to express in their writing as well as helping students to develop descriptive and narrative skills in writing. On the other hand, the article on enhancing EFL learners' writing skills via journal writing focuses on using journals as a tool to hone the writing skills of students learning English as a second language. Meanwhile, improving EFL students' writing skills through journal writing activities is an approach that has proven to be effective. These activities allow students to regularly practice using their target language, expand vocabulary, and improve grammatical understanding. The logical correlation of these two articles shows how important variety is in teaching method of writing skills. The integration of these two methods not only provides opportunities for students to deepen their writing skills, but also helps in developing aspects of creativity, reflection, and analysis in their learning process. Besides that, the correlation also lies in the similarity of their goals, namely improving students' writing skills, although with different approaches. The use of image or visuals as stimuli can be necessary to stimulate students' creativity and broaden their horizons, while journal provide a structured framework to students to express their thinking in more detail and depth. Teachers can utilize visual stimuli to start the writing process and generate students' creative ideas, then use journal as a tool to develop writing skills in a structured manner and stimulate students' personal reflection on the material being studied. There are other factors that could influence the correlation. For example, differences in curriculum of teaching methods, individual students' needs, and each group's learning environment may influence the impact of these two approaches.
And this is the content of concluding remark. In conclusion, both using pictures and using journal writing can enhance student ability in English writing. From the first article, writing by use pictures is proved better to be applied because it can improve the student achievement significantly greater than the conventional technique. And from the second article, writing via journal proved not only enhance student writing ability but also enhance student motivations in writing because students consider writing use pictures is interesting. Both of writing via journal and use pictures in writing can use by the teacher as tool to teach their student in order to the student can master in writing. Using journal writing also provides compelling evidence supporting the effectiveness of journal writing as valuable tool for improving EFL learners' writing skill, fostering motivations, and creating a positive learning environment. Both writing via journal and use pictures have implications for educators seeking innovative approaches to enhance language learning and proficiency among students. That's all from our explanation about enhancing student writing ability via journal and pictures. Thank you so much. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.